Welcome. Go ahead and tell me in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Just taking a minute, guys. Got to stay still for that Facebook shot. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are all of you tonight? We are in, so let's see. 13 years ago, I called this room my love room on YouTube on my Andrea, not 13 years. I haven't had a YouTube channel 13 years, 9 years. 9 years ago, when I started my YouTube channel, I had all my kitchen videos, and then I started a page or a section on the channel called The Love Room. And so tonight I'm here with all of you on YouTube on both of my channels. I have no idea why I started a whole second channel, but I did. And now I believe we've reached 2 million views and 17,000 subscribers. So I'm going to continue on there as well. But I'm going to start adding to the love room again, because it's about our emotions, our feelings, our frequency. And I've got a really cool video for all of you. I think you guys can take something away from this video and learn from it. So first of all, let me introduce myself. Those of you who don't know me, hello, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. I am Andrea Cox, Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox on TikTok and on Facebook. I'm an intuitive healer and a holistic wellness coach. I used to be a raw vegan celebrity chef. I worked for a plethora of everything from Tony Award-winning playwrights to childhood actors to NBA basketball players. I definitely was the hostess with the mostest with the food. And I have written 3 plant-based recipe books, the most recent being Eat Right 4, the number 4, Your Zodiac Type. Been on the news a ton of times, but right now I'm just chilling and kicking it with all of you. So what I want to talk about today is something that I think is highly overlooked, and that is how we raise our frequency or our vibration, not just through food. You know, I've probably got at least 100 recipe videos on Andrea Cox TV on how to elevate your vibration through food. I've also got a ton of articles on AndreaCox.com, how to elevate, how to raise your vibration. But I think what we want to remember is the frequency chart. And what I want to talk about today is how a lot of people can actually become, they can become upset when they get angry. And I want to teach you something that's going to help you not get so upset when something pisses you off. And that is a frequency chart. So there's a frequency chart or a higher consciousness chart, and it shows the different feelings and emotions we have, and how the only thing we need to do to raise, thank you for the hearts, continue telling me where you're tuning in from, thank you. The only thing we need to do to raise our frequency or raise our vibration is to choose the emotion above the current emotion you have. So let me say hi real quick. Welcome, Armando, Palm Springs, welcome. Okay, so for example, anger is actually a much higher vibration than sadness. So a lot of times people will be in a depression, they'll be in a slumber, and they'll come out of that depression or slumber and they'll be pissed off, right? and they'll get upset with themselves because they're angry. Like, why should I be angry, right? Well, maybe you have a right to be angry. Anger is a higher vibration than sadness. Anger is a higher vibration than shame and being upset with yourself. Anger is higher than all of that. So a lot of times when we get angry about something, when we get pissed off about something, and we're expressing that, we're actually raising our frequency. Have you ever gotten really upset and felt really good after and was like, man, I had to get that off my chest. I know I acted like an ass, but hey, I had to get it off my chest. That is because you're raising your frequency from one of depression, sadness, shame, self-doubt, disbelief, dishonor in oneself, to a higher vibration of anger. So that's actually okay. No matter what you're angry about in your life, if you're angry, if you feel like you're being picked on, if you feel like you're being picked on in the workplace, picked on online, sequeled out, targeted, if you feel angry in your relationship, angry at your boss, that is a higher frequency, a higher vibration than sadness. Another thing that you want to look at is when you're vibrating at a really high frequency, who vibrates towards you and who doesn't. Okay? So we meet people where they're at. Has nothing to do with money, nothing to do with status, has everything to do with the way we take care of ourselves, our self-care, our eating, if we're putting in high frequency, high vibrating foods, not fast food, not bullshit foods, not packaged, ranch dressings and things like that. We got to get rid of the packaged foods. They're a very low frequency. So we can meet people and we can feel like we like them, but maybe that they're not vibrating at the same frequency as us. That's okay. We meet people where they're at, and then sometimes they fall down, sometimes they get back up, but eventually they meet us at the same frequency. Oftentimes you'll see this in like dating, for example. You'll see two people meet. One will have a strong attraction to the other. The one that's vibrating really high will have zero attraction to the other. And 6 months later, you see the one that was vibrating down here that had the attraction for the other really elevate their frequency because they want to meet that person at the level they're at. Now, that doesn't happen with everybody. Sometimes people just freak out and they just go into like their, they know they're not on the same frequency as someone, so they part ways or whatever, or they scatter to a corner or whatever. But usually you have one person leveling up to meet the other person where they're at. Who does this resonate with? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Elizabeth. Yes, Elizabeth, my high frequency friend. I love you. So what I want to talk about today is the consciousness kind of pyramid and why it's okay to get pissed off. It's okay to feel angry. Because again, we're up leveling. Anger is a higher frequency. It holds a higher vibration. This bowl has a vibration, okay? Vibration is everything. The pyramids used the energy of sound to build the pyramids. It's a frequency. So if we're vibrating and we're sad and we're depressed, and we all go through that, there's no shame, but we're feeling shameful. We're feeling like we're not worthy. Maybe your money's not the best right now and you're feeling really unworthy, or like, why does that person but then, I'm right here, what have you. Maybe you're comparing yourself to other people, which I recommend you never, ever, ever do. We all start somewhere along our journey. You want to make sure that whatever frequency you're choosing to vibrate at is one level above. You don't want to jump 3, your current frequency. So if I'm sad, okay, I don't immediately go grab my singing bowls and say, oh, I want to feel happy. Let me just grab these singing bowls and I'll feel happy. No. I usually allow myself to go from sadness to being really pissed off. Sometimes I'll call a friend. Sometimes, I'll just go off. It's okay. And then usually the next day, I feel a frequency of peace and calm, and then it goes to happiness the following day. So you want to remember these things when you're feeling blue and you're feeling down and you're feeling like you don't matter, because you do. These frequencies, these emotions come and go. They come and go. They're like waves, right? Down one day, flying high the next. And if we hold on to a certain frequency for too long, we can get stuck there, right? And maybe some of you are like, well, I want to hold on to a happiness frequency. Well, that's great. But I guarantee you, you won't be happy 365 days out of the year. Now, what can get us into that frequency and that state of being? What can get us feeling amazing? When we take care of ourselves, when we take care of our bodies. You guys know I've been vegan for almost 24 years. I can't freaking believe it. And the reason I eat that way is because it's a higher frequency. Dead food, dead body, live food, live body. It's that simple. So I choose foods that are of a high vibrating frequency. When I started running juice fast retreats 11 years ago, it was because I wanted to see people get healthy and I wanted to watch their frequency raise. So a lot of people don't take enough account into our emotions. I will tell you, if you store anger, that turns into cancer. Look at, there are scientific studies that prove that. If you store anger, cancer. Anger is liver, right? Our liver is like our main organ. It's the hub. Well, our skin's the largest organ, but our liver is a really important organ for our other bodily functions and organs to function properly. So you want to pay attention to what you are putting into your body. And I'm getting a delivery, so if Maverick barks, it's just the way it is. But, there was about a week ago, I got really angry. I just felt like I was just being kind of shortchanged, and I've dealt with a lot in my life. I've dealt with a lot of targeting, a lot of people trying to dictate what I say on social media. Like they're like the verbal police. And what I learned through that process was that by feeling through my anger, speaking it through with a friend, or going off, or screaming into a pillow, it's never really quite gotten there. It really allows me to release, and it allows me to be humbly at peace no matter what is going on in my life. You want to be at such a high level of frequency within the cells of your body, meaning within the way that you eat, that nothing can shake you. And I literally feel that nothing can shake me. Sky can be, what's that song? Even when the sky is falling. I'm still sitting here in Zen position under a lemon tree with my dogs. That's the frequency you want to have. Once you've mastered that, no one can harm a woman of Tao or a man of Tao. No one. No one can harm someone that has mastered their energetic frequency. So if you are a person that gets triggered by everything someone else says, you have a long, 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 long way to go. Long. At least a decade. If you are a person that allows people to say what they want freely and doesn't give a care in the world, if you are a person that values other people having a difference in opinion of you, if you are a person that can see through the darkness of others and say, you know what? I see what you're doing. You're not going to do it to me. You can stay over there. But I'm going to have my good energy over here. You have mastered that. And the people that I speak to on a daily basis have mastered that. My sisters have mastered that. My mom definitely mastered that. My friends mastered it. I don't allow anyone on my phone, literally. It's like it's like a private school that no one gets into. Okay? Maybe one person gets inducted every decade. And that's how I live my life. Excuse me. That's literally how I live my life. So that's what I'm here to remind all of you guys. So don't get upset with yourself when you get angry, because anger holds a higher frequency than sadness, depression, and shame. Some steps to raise your vibration are: you can always listen to sound healing, or you can play the singing bowls like I do. If you're angry, the drum behind me, one of my clients bought me that, is very powerful to just bang out your drum. You can go outside and shout if you don't have neighbors nearby. You can use crystals. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't find crystals to raise my vibration. I wear them. They're all around the house because they're beautiful, but I don't see them as like a frequency raising tool. It's just me. I know that they do hold a lot of power energetically. Sometimes I'll hold them in my hands to kind of balance my energy when I'm working out in the morning, but I don't put too much energy into crystals for healing, but I do have them. They work wonders for a lot of people. Other people, drawing an oracle card, getting guidance, that is something that can raise your frequency. Prayer can raise your frequency. Getting into the Bible, getting into the Word of God, that can definitely raise your frequency because you're reminded that you're never alone. And that's probably the number one way to raise your vibration. But the number two way to raise your vibration is the water you drink, the food you eat, and the company you keep. But more importantly, the company, the food, and the bad type of water like tap water that you refrain from, right? So we want to raise and elevate our vibration by surrounding ourselves with people who also have done the work or are doing the work. Sometimes it's hard to be around people when they're in the process of doing energetic work. And we're all somewhere along our journey. I never stop working on myself. There's always room for improvement, always room to grow. Now, something else welcome in Dallas, Texas. Dwayne, that is on my Jupiter line, just saying. Do you guys know that Dallas, Texas and San Antonio are on the line of my husband? And like Austin, Dallas, Texas, San Antonio, that whole line. And I dated someone from Dallas like a year and a half ago. But I'm tough. I'm a tough cookie. Tough cookie to date. Okay, so recap. Ways to raise your vibration and frequency. If you want all this information, especially you guys on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook, check out Andrea Cox TV on YouTube. Hop on over there and subscribe. If you go through the older recipe books, when I was in one kitchen for 9 years, one kitchen for like a year, you can see, and then we had the Mexico Casa kitchen, you can see so many valuable raw vegan recipes to raise your vibration, so many tips. So I feel like every time I upload a video to Andrea Cox TV, I'm like, I've already talked about this at least 25 times. Like I literally have covered every topic there. So please go subscribe there. If you want intuitive guidance, the Wellness Akashic Record Animal Spirit Guide deck that I just created is coming out. I'm telling you, it is coming out. And so the Detox Intuitive on YouTube, where I was doing the readings, I had really brought that to a halt because I wanted to have my own oracle deck. So the second that gets in my hand, definitely go subscribe there because there are tons of intuitive readings. They are timeless. You can definitely find the direction you need. And AndreaCox.com, you can subscribe to my free newsletter there. I think we're up to 58,000 people. So check that out. You guys, I just am super grateful for all of you and really appreciative And let's see. Welcome in Singapore. Welcome, Boomer. Tell us where you're tuning in from, the Boomster. Boomer's a comedian. He's hilarious. Welcome, Travis. Welcome, Andrew. Welcome, Andrea. Best name ever. Welcome, Scott. Welcome, Olga. Welcome, Marcos. Welcome, Jimmy. Welcome, Krista. Welcome, Armando, Elizabeth, Dwayne. I'm getting a lick marathon on my thigh from my dog, so I'm just going to kind of raise my legs while I raise my frequency. So recap. Oh, I wanted to show you this too. A lot of times when I have to do clerical work, which makes me miserable, I will put this under my feet and I will just roll it to kind of raise my frequency, or I'll take my computer in the bed with me and I'll turn on my resonant light Rife machine, which raises your frequency and your vibration. I have quite a few videos on that as well. So I'll just literally stick this under my feet while I'm, working with my assistant, or stop, bud, while I'm, taking phone calls, and it literally rubs the meridians in the foot. I'm a Pisces, so we love our feet, and Pisces is connected to the feet and the eyes. So I'll just roll that and it feels incredible, and it kind of takes away the nonsense that I have to do online if I'm doing clerical work, and it really raises my frequency. You can get into red light therapy, you can get into the sauna. I have all those bells and whistles here, but I really find that whenever I want to raise my vibration, I simply go to that chart and I pick the vibration that is higher than the one I'm at. So if I'm feeling sad, I was feeling sad this morning. Lewis slept like 3 hours longer than he usually does. I just simply went to 2 vibrations above. I didn't feel like getting angry, but I thought, okay, I'm going to go to a vibration of peace and calm. I got my workout in, I got my green juice in, and then I was at an elevated vibration. So keep all these things in mind, you guys. I know I kind of rambled during this. Thank you so much. I am forever grateful for your support. And just really grateful. Those of you who are tuning in on the Detox Intuitive, we started a Patreon subscription channel, so definitely go over there. You can subscribe for as little as $44 a month. I haven't brought it up too much. I think I brought it up like twice. So yeah, okay, talk soon, you guys. Love you. Be well. You only barked once, didn't you, butthole? Your little butthole.